back, Mind Games Podcast, episode 3, whatever the fuck. I don't give a flying fuck anymore. I just drink green tea and water. That's all I do with my life. Joining me this week is Josh. Also joining me this week is Allan.
I've been drinking Mountain Dew Blue. I like blue. It's good. It's a good flavor.
Josh, our peak gamer here.
Yep.
I have a great question for everyone, though.
Fucking
Are hot dogs a sandwich?
We've already been talking about this in another chat, but holy fuck.
Started this topic, and then I was like, no, we have to record this. So we're talking about the cube rule.
Okay, how do you spell that? I need to know. Cube rule?
I will. It's literally in the topic list.
Holy shit. I gotta fucking... Hot dogs are technically taco. What the fuck is this?
Technically, pigs in a blanket or sushi.
I'm just shaking my head.
This is peak. This is peak retardation. The one that makes me like confused is the part where they say key lime pie is quiche, and deep dish pizza are also quiche. Quiche. And a calzone is a whole burrito and a corn dog.
Oh my god, that's so fucking retarded. Oh
boy.
Like
mashed potatoes counts as salad. And turduckens count also as salad.
Turducken is a salad.
Yeah.
You wanna know how many foods fall into the category of salad as a result?
A lot.
Like 90% of foods as a result.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a bad rule.
This is something that somebody literally thought was a good idea. This started a debate at work where it was like everyone of us were sitting there screaming about why this is so stupid.
It is retarded. Like Jeff, okay, so I had to look up something. Jeff brought up a Victoria sponge cake, and I was like, "What the fuck is a Victoria sponge cake?" I looked it up. It's a kiku, and it has, a layer of jam and cream or filling, I think, in the middle of it, and two sponge layers, sponge bread layers above it on either side of it. On top of that, you have alternate versions, which have additional layers of cream and full strawberries on top of them, or sugar powdering on it. So this is now a potential 4 to 6 layer cake, because by the way, that is actually how you mark out layers. Is you have your bottom piece of this is actually something I learned when I was doing some culinary classes way back when. Cakes have multiple layers. They have your bread layers, and then you have your filling layers. So technically, a bread isn't a sandwich. Whoever says that is retarded.
Bread's not a sandwich?
No, cakes aren't a sandwich.
Oh,
I just said that. Jesus Christ.
I heard breads. I
might have said breads, whatever. But no matter what, then breads. Then if that's the way the cube rules, ice cream cakes are sandwiches. Most cakes are only 2 layer. Most cakes are. They have an outer and a lower, or an upper and lower, and that's it. Then they have frosting or cream on top, or just the 2 layers of cake and a filling in between. And that makes it a sandwich then. So this rule is stupid because it functionally breaks down. Functionally tries to. I'm trying to remember what the word is. God damn it. This is how I get Allan going. It's reductionist in its nature. It's trying to break down everything into a number of different categories, which I think is 6?
Yeah.
6 categories.
No, there's 8 categories. And then there's muffins.
The
fact that this exists as a paper is a web page, slightly makes me laugh.
I don't know. Now I'm just thinking about different desserts I liked, and the one dessert I like is haystacks. It's literally, depending how you make it, but it's it's a cookie sorta of chocolate, coconut, and I don't think it's used too much.
Strawberry shortcake's a fucking pie.
Strawberry shortcake.
Sorry. Strawberry shortcake is a sandwich then.
With strawberries in it.
No, like it's cheese. It's layers of cheese with a single layer of like it's. Oh my god, so much shit goes wrong.
Oh god, isn't it cheesecake technically?
Oh my god, I gotta look this up because I gotta remember now because cheesecake. No, I want cheesecake.
So, anyways.
Oh my god, no, it's a sandwich, or it's not a sandwich. It's just toast. That's even worse. Oh, that's so wrong on so many levels.
God damn it.
So
no,
anyways.
it's why I refuse to agree with the fucking cube fucking rule of food. That's so fucking retarded.
It's so
The
dumb.
cube rule of food must live on.
No, go fuck.
No.
Like, if it was like, oh hey, cubed, like, cause I saw the name of it, I was like, cubed. It's like, is this related to like calories? Like, however much you take in is usually like 3 times what you think you're actually getting. That's where I was thinking it was coming from, because that's what I've noticed. Sometimes I'll get for certain foods, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's not that much, and then I'll look at the calories and go, oh, I should not eat that much.
So, anyways, we gotta shift gears. I didn't put this on the topic list, but we got some good news for Halo Infinite.
Oh, and what's that?
Halo Infinite is going to be getting a new season. We
already knew this.
Yeah, we're getting season 2, and it's called Lone Wolves, and we got some good news and we got some bad news. It appears as though there's going to be a new campaign missions and stuff like that that's going to be in the game. Cool.
Okay.
And what it also looks like is we're getting a bit of like extra little features, bits and bobs, and 2 new maps.
Oh, cool.
And a new armor core for your Fracture Tenrai events.
Huh?
So, yeah, we're getting a new armor core for the Fracture Tenrai events.
Oh.
So instead of your samurai, you'll get like some other cool feature. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it.
I'm a little indifferent. I haven't played Halo since fucking December. Oh no, sorry, I haven't played it since January. I played it at the start of January too.
I played it in the past like 2 weeks, and everyone keeps bringing up the Steam charts, and everyone keeps saying that game is dead. And it's like, for me personally,
I have to kind of agree. If your player base on a game that has free multiplayer, you don't have to pay for the campaign. Free multiplayer has such a low count after 2 months, even though it was on Steam, but that's the big thing. Steam is a lot of people are getting on PC. I assume the numbers are a little bit higher probably higher on Xbox because it's
Xbox. Yeah.
But that's 2 platforms, and if one of your platforms is that low already, I don't think your Xbox one is much bigger. It might be double, but that's still not a big number.
I don't think that the game is actually doing... I think that the game has a really big problem with content.
The lack of support. Players have been bringing up connection issues, lack of gameplay modes. It's like, we want to love you guys, but holy shit, you need to fix these things.
I honestly think that this is actually I think that this is a step in the right direction, because they say in the update they're actually focusing on connection and stuff like that. I'll see if I can find a link to the article. Halo Infinite. But the big thing is... Yeah, there it is. We're getting new season, new armor cores, new game modes. And campaign co-op has been delayed.
Again?
No new campaign co-op. Yeah, no new campaign content. I think Forge is supposed to come out too.
Forge is supposed to be coming out in another 3 months.
So basically, this is supposed to it's coming out with 2 new maps, which I would say is okay, cool. That's 2 new maps. This is 169 days, which makes it the longest Halo game to not have additional content added outside of Halo CE.
190.
Because Halo CE.
What number? What?
169 days. 169 days is the longest Halo game that has not had content added to it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just a little confused. I'm just like trying to keep like. Never mind. Don't ignore me.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that game actually. I'm actually kind of really happy to see that.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm actually kind of really interested to see what they're doing. I hope that they do a little bit more of a boost when it comes to stuff like that.
The thing that's gonna really fix this game is get people probably back into it playing it. Is probably fixing connection issues. Allowing people to save game type modes, because holy shit, I don't want to have to keep remaking a game mode every time I want to play it with new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back the game lobby.
Yeah.
That needs to be brought back. Holy shit. Once I'm in a like game mode like that I want to be in, like let's say it's a big team battle or 4v4 or free for all, I don't mind sitting in the lobby and just chat with the guys afterwards. Like even if you like, oh my god, that's the point of multiplayer games, is to interact with other players. Yeah, you're gonna get the dicks often who will throw profanity and racial epithets, but what the fuck ever. That was the joy of old Xbox.
Pretty much.
We loved it. It was always, we speak fondly of those times.
Yeah.
I do remember the times, even like COD, early COD, of like we're sitting in the room waiting for another team to show up, or at least one more person show up to get a full game going. And fucking when you see someone show up and
Was this Call of Duty? What Call of Duty was this?
I wanna say Modern Warfare #1 or 2. I can't remember.
Oh.
But one of those. And
I was always.
yeah, one of the, and I just remember, like, once you see that room fill up and you see that last guy pop in, you just see everyone in the chat room just goes, "Please don't leave! Please don't leave! Please don't leave! Please, please, for the love of God, please don't leave!"
Call of Duty. Well, the problem. I have an opinion on Call of Duty where, like, my experience with Call of Duty was getting called horrible names and then being like, okay, and then just eventually going to the point where it's like, yes, mute everyone in the game. Okay, great, fantastic.
Yeah,
The only time I muted people is if they were playing fucking music. That was the only time. I didn't care if people were like shouting epithets or anything, because I'm not there to like talk to people. I'm there to play games. But at the same time, like if the people are just chatting like casually, I'll join in. I'm like, yeah, this is what's going on. Yeah, and you'll listen, and sometimes you'll hear cool things like, yeah, I'm being like I played Halo 3 back in the day. I'm listening to some guys and like, yeah, I'm going over to Iraq in a couple weeks, and they're like, oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's like, yeah, but hey, I'm getting hazard pay out of it. And dude was fucking chill as fuck, and it was really cool to listen to talking to him. And like, that's the entire point of pre-game lobbies, is to like build the community. It's great that you don't
Well, I think that's something that's changed over the past couple of years, where it's like the community,
by gamer choice,
not by choice,
not by gamers.
No, that's a good point. No, I agree with you on that. That has been something that's changed, because game developers are like, we can't let these assholes have conversations and talk to each other. They'll just sit there and start talking about something like how the game sucks or something like that. Oh no. Oh no.
I kind of wonder if it's just more of like, well, how they view it as everyone's just so fucking toxic. We gotta try to control it in some degree.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they sit there and they view stuff like that where it's like, it's mainly, it's not even like gamers saying that it's toxicity. It's mainly journos, where they're like, this game is so toxic. I spent 5 minutes listening to somebody swear at me and call me bad.
No,
I mean,
you're making a straw man there. I'm sorry. Even though
I am.
Well, no, it's not a straw man. It is true that that's a lot of game journals are. But at the same time, there is a bit of a catch with this, where game journals have been getting softer, but then again, modern game journalism is just faux. It's just
weird.
faux activism.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's gotten better in some cases.
Not really.
In the past little while. Yeah, there's some journos I would side with, but that's me.
I don't know. I just think that there should be a. I think a lot of, well, especially with like I forget again another Call of Duty game. I forget which one, but it was had a memory of how many. No, maybe it was Halo 3 or Halo, one of the Halos of like. Oh, it remembered how many times you got muted in chat, so people you just be auto muted when you get into lobbies, so no one has to hear you. Like, I know one of them did that. So it's like, oh, if you hit a certain threshold of a lot of people muting you, you just get fucking auto muted.
Yeah.
like,
like that's the system that actually needs to be implemented. Is like when some like here's the thing: if somebody's like, if you want to keep your community not toxic, introduce pregame lobbies, and then what you do is you sit there and you go, if you're getting muted a lot, all of a sudden you won't be able to listen to people anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's not. Well, maybe not listen, but.
Well, here's the thing: if you're getting muted a lot, then the people aren't listening to you. Who fuck cares? You're being sent. You're being. That's. Let me. This is the point of social consequences. This is actually a thing that I have actually had a discussion about. Social consequences is the group of people you're hanging out with stop associating with you because of your behavior. There's no enforcement on that. That is just a natural occurrence. Like natural ostracization is actually a really good thing. So when you hear people saying things that you want, and you notice that like people stop chatting with you because they just keep muting you. That's the thing. And it's like I wouldn't care if someone muted you, you were muted for they were muted for you as well, and that would be a way to determine how well your chat is being tagged out. So maybe that would be the way to do it. And all it is just you don't hear them because they've muted you and you've been muted. Now you can't hear them either. All right, fine. That would be the way I would implement that. But you can't go, oh, just because you've been muted by a lot of people. Because for all you know, maybe 2 games in a row you have music playing in the back, like you have a very noisy mic, and you just get muted by the whole game chat room, like 2 times in a row. Like, and let's just say this is a 16 versus 16 person thing, and after every game you go into the pregame lobby, and that noisy mic just pops up, and everybody mutes you because they don't like hearing it. Well, suddenly, let's say the algorithm is let's say 15 plus 16 plus 16 plus 15. That's 30, 32, 62 people who just muted it in, let's say, an hour. Man, that algorithm would immediately look at that and go, man, that guy must be up to something. Let's mute him for everybody else. So that's the reason why I would be
hesitant
to implement that kind of process.
Yeah.
Additionally, machines are terrible at nuance. Machines only see black and white, and that's the reason why they are so terrible.
Well, there's also another, what if someone just mutes everyone anyways because he just doesn't want to hear him?
Yeah.
Or
that's what I did. Yeah.
Or even a person who just turns off the game volume. Like, that also happens. So,
I have another argument that I'll make, and this is one that I think that we all can kind of agree on. Has Discord kind of replaced the need for pregame lobbies?
No, absolutely not.
I would say yes, no.
Okay.
It has.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I asked, is because it's like, to me, it's like I just hop into Discord and it's like it replaced the need for Xbox Party Chat. It did not replace the need for pregame lobbies.
No, it replaced Xbox Live Party Chat. That's what it did. Because now you can just go, hey, we're gonna go play the X game. Well, I'll have my computer playing connected to Discord in the background, so we can just play video games. Mind you,
that's one of the best features of MechWarrior 2 is like the ability in order to just talk to my team.
Yeah, but the flip side to this is that it doesn't replace pregame lobby. And the main reason why is because pregame lobby isn't just the chat. Let's say you have a really good round with these 15 other players in a 16 versus 16, and I'm using old numbers. I know because I know there used to be some matches that you could get up to 16 versus 16 in old Halos. And then now in Halo Infinite, it's just nope. You don't get to carry over the teams with the next round. You have to go. You get kicked out to your previous lobby, and then you have to carry forward. And you have to maybe you get rolled. Maybe you'll get to see them again. Maybe. On top of that, you can't post friend requests through Infinite. So you can't form this little tight-knit group that you're like, hey, I'm going gaming tonight. Do you want to join me for a couple rounds of Halo? Yeah, sure. Like I had a group of friends on Xbox who were exclusively my Halo club. who I didn't know in real life.
Yeah, I had the same thing.
And that's what the lobby is. It allows you to sit down afterwards and chat with people, see what people liked, what they were thinking. They talk about cool things that happened, and then as the next round starts up, you could maybe have a potential vote on what map you want to play on next and what game mode. Like, I think Halo 3 had it, but I might be mistaking it for Halo Reach, because I think Reach had a voting system for next match.
Yes.
It did. Because it had the next round would be decided by 3 maps that were 3 different game modes usually, or sometimes the same map but 2 different game modes.
Yep.
And that was the flip side to that, which I think would be amazing for Infinite, and that would fix a lot of problems with Infinite right now, because you do have just a better general Halo experience with playing Halo 3. Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo Reach in the Master Chief Collection now. Period. End of conversation. That's what most people play in the Master Chief Collection.
Halo 3, Halo Infinite, yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see them change the stuff that they're doing with Halo Infinite. I think that this is an interesting topic. It's interesting that they're adding in new content finally. I don't think that they're not saying though that they're adding in any new post game lobby though. But this has been an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll add that to our game. We'll be like, we'll sit there and when people go, why is there a pre-game lobby? It's like so 2010, and we'll sit there and say, because
people have been complaining about it for the last 6, 10 years or something like that, because people want it back.
No. What we do is we just send a picture, and it's the Chappelle thing of why? Because fuck you. That's why.
You provide a good reason. It's like, hey, this is the reason why, because people have been that was the reason why Halo Infinite failed, is because we didn't have a pre-game lobby. We didn't allow people to interact with each other after games, so that's why they exist again.
I think the most interaction I've done in Halo Infinite is I sit there and report people. That's the most
cheaters are so
I've had
rampant in Halo Infinite too. Oh my god.
Yes.
They are so bad.
Yes. Anyways.
What else is going on?
What else is going on? Well, Josh and I streamed today.
I caught shinies.
Josh decided he wanted to do
Pokemon Arceus.
So he played Pokemon Arceus endgame content for 2 hours on the stream.
Yeah.
A game I have never played.
Yep.
A game that I have never actually finished.
Yep.
Or touched. I don't think I've loaded it up. Josh loaded it up on my Switch.
I tried. Well, I started it thinking, we will start with this and play on your account. And then turns out nothing worked for whatever reason. And we're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So we've been streaming through Psychonauts, which I can talk about a little bit.
Yeah. Which I think we finished up until what point did we finish at? Oh, you just cleared what's her face's mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we went back and then we did more things. And maybe we'll have Allan play through a game of Total Warhammer.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm good.
We'll bribe him with something. I don't know. What could I bribe? A barbecue. We'll bribe Allan with a barbecue.
Sure.
What?
Yes, we'll bribe Allan with a barbecue.
Somehow.
And steaks.
If somehow.
Yes.
But as for the stream we had a few hours ago, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I always the thing I like about Psychonauts when we're playing that is just that every other time I just look at it and go, man, the things I remembered ogling at for old video games on PS2 and then even on 360. It's not, you see that jump in quality and look in the graphics, you go, oh yeah, that looks real good. But now I see Psychonauts running on what's the hell the console name for Xbox currently? Isn't it Xbox something?
Xbox Game Pass?
No, the fucking current game console for
Xbox One Series X.
Yes. God, I hate the naming convention so much.
Everyone just calls it a Series X.
Yeah. So When you start playing it on the Series X, whatever.
I look forward to the Series Z.
Yeah.
It will just have a big Z on it.
It will just look like a big Z.
It will look like a Nissan Z.
The quality of the games, or the textures and all the details, and each of the there's a lot of details and a lot of the levels that I'm noticing. I'm like, fuck, this would take for fucking like. There's teams. I know there's teams working on it constantly, but there's so much detail in everything in that game. I'm like, Christ, it's detail. It's boggling my mind.
Psychonauts is such a cool game where you can tell what they spent a lot of the time working on was the environments. And there are some environments where you're like, oh, they didn't really spend a lot of time on this. But even then, like, we got into an area where we learned that one of the main characters, you fuck with her mind in such a way where she becomes a gambling addict.
Yep.
And so because you fuck with her in such a way that she becomes a gambling addict, she like changes her entire like inner mind structure. And then one of the things that you have to do is you have to crack a safe by getting 3 golden coins, basically.
But you have to,
and what ends up
you have to get a gazillion dollars.
Yeah, you get $3 gazillion, which is, we actually Googled on stream and it was like non-existent money.
Yeah, it was just a number people throw out for being a lot, basically. That's the general term.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was while we're like looking this thing up, we're like, okay, like we found a container that had basically shown us that she did the same thing to her former mentor and had to call the Psychonauts in order to actually fix it.
Yep.
And it was like, it's like, oh, that's really thoughtful that they put that there. That's something that most people would never notice. And so then you get to the second part and you're going through the thing. And then you kind of, it's like, again, like such a beautiful game. And we got to the first actual boss fight of the game. And I want to say I died once because I'm bad at video games.
I don't know. You kind of died a lot, but I'll give you a pass.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Fuck you. I died once in I died twice in my entire Pokemon Arceus game. Oh, great.
I'm
going to force you to play Metroid Dread.
I'm so good at video games, you have no idea.
I'm going to force you to play through Metroid Dread. Or Elden Ring.
Oh no, good video games I have to be forced to play.
Yes. Or Battletech. I'll make you play Battletech.
Shit.
That would be funny. Considering that you actually fucking own it.
I own it. I do want to boot it up, but I gotta figure out when. But anyway, with Psychonauts and the story element, like the story is nicely written, and the places you're going through in the game are entertaining and fun. And
so far, I haven't wanted to murder anyone yet.
Yeah, there's actually for the characters in the game, so far there's no straight asshole. It's always...
I think Lily is the double agent, though.
Oh, maybe. That could be it. Although maybe she was brainwashed in the first place or something.
I mean, that would be funny.
That would be interesting. Although I don't think you're far enough into the game to figure out who is the double agent, really.
Well, it's probably one of the interns.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Although, that's the funny thing is with the game's story writing, I would say that so far you have the teachers and you know who they are, and then there's the side characters, you kind of know who they are, and then there's the kids. I feel I don't know enough about them to think if they point to one of them to being evil, I go, that's a cop out. Yeah. So I'd be like the teachers, that'd be interesting. And then there's the side characters that go, okay, I can see the side characters also being evil, quote unquote. But it's I don't think they fleshed it out entirely. So again, it's going to be probably a teacher or another side character that's more fleshed out and go, that's probably going to be evil. Although I'm just story hypothesizing at this point. And again, I feel the game's still super early where we left off. So, yeah, I don't know. I if we're gonna guess who's gonna be evil, I'm still thinking it's gonna be someone we haven't noticed. Probably someone that we need to be shown up out of nowhere and go point at it and go, yeah, that's evil. I have a feeling it's gonna be that. Oh yeah, and I'm not sure if you want to shift to Arceus or not, but
that game looks bad.
Oh fuck!
The game has a lot of pop into.
I mean, as soon as I got into open world, and you're like, "Oh, the game looks like Pokemon," and I start flying around on the freaking Bravery Bird, you're like, "Oh, the game looks like." You said the words. Oh, it looks like Link's Breath of the Wild, but like shittier. Like, or you
but
just
worse.
Yeah, you kept noticing like the pop in and like the fucking text.
I noticed the pop in, I noticed the texture pop, I noticed the areas, and it was really bad when you were flying, and I'm sitting there going, okay, this is like awful. And then the best part is like I noticed the tiling textures and I was like,
oh yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, that's the thing. It's like if you were to look at the time frame of when this game was developed and like when, like, okay, why does this game have such a bad issue with it? It was probably because they weren't looking at another game that were doing the same thing, probably within the same office. Probably it was Breath of the Wild, and they figured out all of that shit so it would make it run perfectly good on the Switch. Well, you compare it to you compare it to fucking Pokemon Arceus, you go, oh god, like, it's so bad. Like, it's just like, god, yeah, when you fly around, you really notice how bad that pop-in is, because, oh boy. Although, at the same time, I'm kind of wondering in the back of the developers' brains, they were going, like, if they were to try to keep it shittier, simply because it will keep the game running smooth, or you can actually notice shiny Pokemon when it's on the ground.
I think that game has a lot of style.
Yeah, it does.
And it's a very interesting game, and it promotes a very interesting conundrum for most Pokemon games.
I honestly, I want more Arceus than I do want mainline.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, because
like everything that me saying, oh, the game looks bad. I noticed the tiling textures. There's a lot of popping and stuff like that. I really didn't notice it after we kind of started getting into it.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like once you start running around on the ground and you start hiding in the grass and you start catching the Pokemon with the different balls and you're having, doing the thing that you kind of dreamt about when you start playing Pokemon, that you're like, wow, you kind of don't notice the bad shit anywhere, like, at all, other than maybe, oh, the AI is kind of glitching out, but whatever, you give it a pass. You're like, that's adorable and cute. He's just spinning in circles. He's a little tardy. You just catch it and you're like, okay, let's move on. Like, yeah,
this is the stuff that, like, I noticed. Like, here's the thing with Halo Infinite.
Yep.
Halo Infinite has a really good story, and it had pop-in and stuff like that. You don't notice that stuff on the ground, on foot.
Yeah.
You don't notice that stuff when you're actually in game. This is the same kind of way, where it's like, oh, I noticed this game is doing this, and this. It's okay. I'm having fun. And then, like, as I'm, like, watching you play, I'm like, this actually looks like the entire Pokemon game I want.
Yep.
Because, like...
Well, okay, so I'm back.
No, you don't know the full context of what I was saying.
Well, no, you're talking about, like, the pop and like, coming into the reality and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you also missed the part where I said this is the Pokemon game I want.
Yes, I did hear you say that.
Okay.
I heard you mention pop. You said this is the game you want after you mentioned pop. Don't make me fucking wave my finger at you. No.
well, you also missed me saying that, like, everything I'm saying is, like, you don't notice that stuff when you're actually, like, in the game.
Well,
when you're actually playing the game.
No. I've kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I notice certain things with certain games as well when I'm in them. A good example. I'm going to touch on Elden Ring here again. You notice that sometimes you'll notice stutter. You notice it because it happens. It takes you out of things. And stutter is a bad thing. Pop is less egregious, but super annoying. Because if it happens too often, if it's like pop, oh, I guess I entered a new area and it wasn't fully finished loading, which has happened sometimes in some games that I've played. and I don't mind it if it's just like, oh, I'm loading into a new area, it's popping in really quickly, and it's fairly capable of just getting finished. But the problem is that like when it pops in, you really notice where your areas pop quite often. And if it's the same constant areas that pop in constantly, it's something in that area that causes lag. But if it's only like once or twice in the game, in certain areas, all right, fine. But I've seen from people discussing Arceus online and listening to them talk and discussing points is that the pop is very noticeable everywhere in the game.
See, maybe I'm going to have like a lot more complaints when like I actually play it. Like I said, I was watching Josh play it. I barely noticed it. But like to me, this actually like makes me actually like really kind of excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't played it either, but I've been listening to people talk about it and look at people people have been saying about it. Like my problems with it the only things that I've seen is I don't like the final evolutions of the main starters. But that's rant that's already happened. But the flip side to this is that the design process for newer Pokemon seem to be very, sometimes in some ways lazy, but at the same time overcomplicated in some ways. It's weird. Like they don't have that same charm as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's the thing. Like Generation 4 is really where I'd start to say. It starts to get a little bit too busy in some cases, but it doesn't say. Halo number 5 is where you really see it. You see it with some lazy designs with Vanillix and Garbodor and stuff like that, but they are way less egregious than what we saw with Generation 6 and 7 with some of the over-designs in those games. Similar with Generation 8. Generation 8 has a Pokemon which is 5 Pokemon in it, which normally wouldn't be a bad thing if it was like Executor, where there are 5 eggs, and then they combine together and form one big thing. They're essentially just a seed packet that fell off the thing, which is what the point of Executor is. Execute is. But this Pokemon is like a formation fighter Pokemon. It's a group of soldiers that are fighting in a phalanx, and I'm just like, no, that can't be something that happens naturally. Please take that out of the... but you also have things like the Stonehenge Pokemon, which I love the look of, but I'm like, no, it doesn't work. That's very much like a Digimon design. That's the thing. That's my mostly problem is certain design elements, and they clearly haven't perfected this process to like. And this is the thing. Like, this is the reason why like me and my buddy have been talking about Elden Ring quite extensively and comparing it to Breath of the Wild. We've been.
I tried to force Josh to play Elden Ring. He threatened my OLED. I am not joking by that statement either.
That's the thing. If I get too frustrated, I chuck controllers.
He said I was going to chuck a controller, and I was like, oh no, my OLED, my beautiful OLED.
Actually, I can point this one thing out about. I think you'd love this, Josh. This game is hard. It's a little unfair in some cases.
Right.
Like, I just beat a boss today called Radon, and boy oh boy, he's spicy. I nearly broke my controller fighting him once. I was so mad.
I mean, well, I'll stream Elden Ring one day.
You need to beat Dark Souls 3 first, still.
Well, I need to. I have Elden Ring, so
yeah, no, but I would say finish Dark Souls 3, and then go play Elden Ring. That's what I'm gonna say. But if you want, like,
I'm gonna play it tonight.
All right, go ahead.
Unless we play Dark Souls.
I'm probably not gonna be playing anymore tonight. I've got 62 hours since that game's come out. I have a friend who has 120 already.
Hold on, let me guess. Is it Rory?
No, Rory's actually got less hours than me.
Oh, then it's probably going to be.
No, it's not. No, it's not somebody you know. Rory's got 44 hours. I've got him beat by almost 10 now.
Yeah, but you have like also 2 weeks off of school.
No,
I think. Actually, no, you don't.
Elden Ring came out on my last day of reading week. I've been just playing it on my downtime, like for like 2 or 3 hours every day. Instead of doing what I should be doing, which is studying. But I'm in such a good state right now that I can get away with it. That's going to change probably next week, where I'm going to have to cut back on it. but like.
Don't worry, Alan. I'll take away your hard drive that has it.
You cannot take my hard.
I'll take it.
You cannot take away my hard drive because it's on my C drive. Get bent.
Don't worry, Alan. I'll bring over an
bent,
SSD.
You fucking weirdo.
We'll transfer it onto the hard drive.
No.
And I'll take the hard drive and I'll put it in the safety deposit box.
You won't, because I know what I have to do. You fucking mong. I know what I have to. I have self-control, unlike you. Mind you,
hold on.
this is the guy who's also bought all of the BattleTech sets that have come out so far. So
yes. Hold on.
However,
what is that? What is that? What is that?
Yes. Except here's the
what
thing.
Is that about having self-control?
Here's the thing, though, Jeff. I can afford it.
Motherfucker, I bought a house.
Yes, I know. But because I'm in, that's beside the point. We're gonna discuss that after. Elden Ring.
Alan
but the thing is, with the way that the game is, oh my god, I can't believe so people still haven't beat that guy yet. Holy, like he's key to beat in the game. Holy shit. Wow.
Can I just say something? Alan just threw shade and I'm very upset.
Yes, because you deserve that shade for what you just said.
Hold on. How do I not lack self-control?
How do you not lack?
How do I lack self-control?
How do you lack self-control is what you mean to say.
Yes.
I have seen you spontaneity buy things that you know you shouldn't. I have legit seen you go, hey, I don't think I can afford this, and then a day later I'll see you buying it. And I have seen you do it. And I've been like, you need to be I don't mind, like, here's the thing with BattleTech games, the BattleTech miniatures. BattleTech miniatures will be things that I'm like, all right, whatever, you're going to play with them, but they're usually just a one-time purchase. If you're doing multiple lances that you need multiple mechs, all right, fine, but you probably should make sure to pace yourself out. But
okay, so in that circumstance, yes, I have done that, but I also put it on credit card, something that I usually am very good.
That is even worse.
No, because that's even better. No, because what I do is I pay it off every single 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, I put money on it.
You don't get why I'm saying this. Impulse buying is what the problem is here. Impulse buying is enabled by your credit card.
Yes.
It's reason why I don't use credit card for anything except for online purchases, and even then I try to limit that. Actually,
I've been pretty good lately.
I know. I don't disbelieve you, but that's the statement of my point. Point of my statement is, you don't want. Oh my god, this is me being self-help right now. No. Don't spontaneity buy with credit card. You should never do that.
The reason why you do that is let me finish. The reason why you do that is because you want to put at least $100 on your credit card every month to maintain.
All right.
To maintain a good credit rating. You want to maintain a good credit rating. So what you do is you put things that you know you can afford on your credit card. So, for example, when I go to the store, I don't use my debit card anymore. When I buy groceries.
Oh, you are No, you do not.
The reason why I do that is when I get home, I pay it off with my credit. I pay off the bill.
Oh my word.
The reason I do that is so that then it's on my credit.
Jeff, I'm going to give you some really key advice here.
Mm-hmm.
You spend how much on groceries every week?
Right now, about $125
every week. All right.
No, every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. So 75 about
$75 every
bucks,
week.
something like 70, 65, somewhere in there. All right.
Yeah.
The reason why you don't put that on your credit card, because making small purchases like that doesn't build better credit rating. Paying off your house builds you a better credit rating.
Yes.
Paying off your car, big things build your credit rating.
I don't have a car payment right now.
I know, but that's why you don't put small things on. Like if I go, like a good example, last month I had to put around $1,000 worth of stuff on my credit card. The day I did that, I paid it off. You want things that are like $1,000 in excess for that, because you may not, because of the way the purchase is done. Even then, you want to try and limit that, because the credit card company sees how you're spending, and that affects how your credit rating is done. If it's all on like grocery and stuff like that, and it's being paid off immediately, well, then why aren't you just using your debit card? On top of that, your bank is going to be, it's just adding an extra process step to something that you don't need. On top of that, because as you said, you do credit card spending on things that you know you have money for, but you do it for spontaneity buying too. And the reason why this is bad, and grocery isn't spontaneity buying. Grocery is a necessary purchase process. This is something that you're going through the grocery store, picking things out. Maybe you'll pick up something you don't need but you want, like I do. Like I pick up a bag of chips every so often when I go there, or I pick up some ice cream. But spontaneity buying is, do I really need this box of Terminators right now? It's usually related to hobby or pleasure. That's what it is. It's like going, like, can I afford to go to the movies right now? Can I afford to do buy a new console or upgrade my computer right now? That's what spontaneity buying is.
That's fair.
No,
and
that's the reason.
At least you didn't hear about what happened yesterday. Oh fuck. We'll talk about later.
Yeah, but the thing is, like that's what I mean. Is it's the same thing with me. Like I have my spontaneity problem is miniatures. I know that, but I've gotten it really good to where I have $150 a month on miniature spending that I can go out and just casually spend money on every month. These past 2 months, I've been I've kept them very tight and strained because, like, I haven't bought any new miniature stuff all of February. I haven't bought anything yet. And in December and January, I did buy miniature stuff because I was like, well, might as well. It's Christmas in January, and January I usually buy my birthday present, my birthday present for myself at the end of January. That's usually how I do it. And that's the reason why I make that little exception to that rule. Birthdays and stuff like that are the little exception. But if I'm doing spontaneity buying, I don't put it on my credit card unless it's the only way I'm going to be able to get it is through credit card. So like ordering stuff from like out of country or.
At least you didn't do what I did. This is the one example of, so all my shit burned in a fire and I got $2,000.
Yeah.
So
I already know where this is going.
So I was like, oh well, okay, fine, whatever, great, whatever. I got $2,000 extra, and I really should have put it towards something. And I was like, I need a new TV, so I bought an OLED. And that was the one thing where I was sitting there and I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, this is actually really stupid of me doing. And then every single time I look at it, I go, really nice. Because that was the one thing where I sat there and I said I shouldn't have done this.
That's the thing is you got to figure out where your trade-offs and stuff are. For me, again, it's the reason why I'm very hesitant about my spontaneity buying. I hem and haw over a lot of things. I want to purchase this, but do I need to do it right now? And I hem and haw and hem and haw and hem haw, and then I'll figure out what I want and then I'll carry off if I want to do it. A really good example. I had to go out today and pick up white primer for models, so I had to go out and spend $15 actually on just some white primer. I had planned to do it last month, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to go down to do it. As a result, technically I've spent $20 out of my $150, but I don't plan to spend my $150 because I can't really afford to right now. But I was there and I'm sitting there looking at like some of the games that are there. I kind of play, and I saw starting pack, and I'm just like, I want to get it. I really want to get it. I can't afford to right now, so I got to wait. So you got to be able to tamper yourself, figure out where you want stuff, and that's the reason why I hate spontaneity buying on credit cards, because that is a slippery slope. Like, it's a terribly slippery slope. It is.
I mean, no, that's entirely true. Because, like, one of the things that, like, you learn is you go, oh, fuck, like, I don't have a lot of money when you aren't making a lot of money, like I was in 2016. So there's a reason why, like, I'm kind of, like, very, like, cagey about this stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like, recently, one of the things I'm doing right now is, like, I have to get wire snippers so that way, because Zip wants me to install Ethernet throughout the entire house. So I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever, I'll do that. And so what I've been doing is I bought a crimper today, and I bought stuff, and I'm going to probably return the crimper tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to have everything kind of set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, get everything set up. I don't need it anymore. Take it back, and then if it comes again, usually like for my jobs, like when I work IT and stuff like that, usually you're provided with a crimper at least. So that's going to be what I try to do over the next 2 weeks, is see kind of where I'm at. The other thing too is like the big thing about like credit card and stuff like that and credit ratings is that you can very easily go up and down depending on how much debt you have. So for example, like one of the things I've been doing recently is I've been like trying to do a little bit better when it comes to like spending money and stuff like that. So for example, I've been trying to put a little bit more money towards my actual mortgage and putting that stuff aside. And I'm also putting stuff towards my RSP a little bit more. And that stuff really helps.
Yeah.
Especially when you use your RSP in order to put a down payment on a house, because houses are expensive.
Yeah. But that's something entirely different. Sorry, Josh. I kind of went into dad mode there.
Yeah. He went into dad mode, and he shouldn't have.
No. However, I do have something to talk about this week.
Yes, you do.
Sabaton.
New album.
The new album came out. I've been listening to it all day yesterday and all day today while playing games. I already know my 3 favorite songs on the album are
Soldier of Heaven?
No, God no. As it's a nice sounding song, but it's not my favorite. Stormtroopers, Dreadnought, and I think it's the Immortal Soldier or the Unkillable Soldier.
Unkillable Soldier, I think, is okay.
I disagree, because I had already known about that guy before that song got released.
I mean, it's badass that the fact that like
oh my god,
that's badass. The historical events.
Do you know his history?
Yeah, he like got shot in the eye. He got shot like 3 times. Took a grenade, and then he got like shot out of the sky like twice.
Okay, no, it's actually even better than that. So.
Oh boy.
When he was 16, the Boer War started. Mm-hmm. So he lied about his age to go fight in the Boer War. Or sorry, not 16. He was 18 when the Boer War started. So he dodged out of college, went to join the war, got shot in the Boer War twice, once in the lung and once in the groin. That's how his dad found out, and then he got shipped back to England. After he recovered, he went back to war and fought for the next 6 months in the Boer War. Then came back, finished his lawyering school, did all that. Then World War I starts. Probably goes into World War I. Gets shot in the eye. He gets shot in the face 3 times. He gets hit by a grenade. Gets shot in the chest another 2 times. Gets shot in the belly once. Gets his hand amputated because of the grenade, because he was in so much pain. He was like, nope, cut off my fingers. And then they cut off the fingers and he relieved the pain, but they had to take the rest of the hand off anyways. After the war, he went to Poland and fought in the Polish-Russian War of 1920 to 1923, I think it was, when the Russians were trying to consolidate, the communists were consolidating power. And he got shot out of the sky there, too. And, of course, he survived. And he has, like, by the time of World War II, he got shot out of the sky twice in World War II. Like, dude had a very interesting life. And, like, those are the kind of people you want to meet. No, my 2 favorite songs. Those are my 3 favorite songs. Although I will give honorable mention to "Race to the Sea" and "Valley of Death." They both have very good sounds. I'm not exactly sure of how I feel about "Lady of the Dark." It's a very interesting song. I just feel like it's off for the rest, considering the rest of it. The other big thing is that. Oh my god. I'm trying to remember the other one, because there's another song I have that you didn't hear on the album. Jesus Christ, what is it? Sabaton and all war to end all wars. The songs in the list are Stormtroopers, Hellfighters. That's the one. It's very good sounding, but I don't know. It feels more like it's a filler song rather than like the rest of them. Like Stormtroopers has a really good like tempo beat, has a really good like like good chorus. Same with Dreadnought. Dreadnought. When I first heard it, I heard the first time I heard the chorus, and the second time the chorus came up, I was singing along with it within a single listening.
Yeah.
Same with Stormtroopers. Unkillable Soldier is fantastic. Hellfighters is just weird. It feels like it's missing something, like it's not long enough, or it's too, or that the tempo doesn't exactly lend to it, because they're talking about the Hellfighters, and the Hellfighters got helped them earn their name was the Battle of the Argonne, and they don't really actually delve into it, because that was the battle that like gave them their name, and it would have been really interesting to see a bit more diving into it. Race for the Sea is another good song. I really like it's a really good song. Valley of Death is good, but again, it feels like it's lacking somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I'll figure out on the next listen through. Lady Death, I've only listened to a couple times. It's not my favorite. It's mostly just because it feels, again, like padding in some way. And then, of course, there's Sarajevo and Versailles, which are the bookend for the albums. Sarajevo has like a person, like Sarajevo and Versailles have a woman speaking about the events leading up to and following Versailles, or leading up to the World War I, and the events following Versailles and the end of World War I. Sarajevo has the part of the song, a gunshot that changed the world. Tensions rise as nations go to war. The end to war to end all wars, and that's the big. It's not even like a big like the vocal portion of that compared to the lyrical portion. The vocal portion sounds way better because she's telling a story. She's explaining what the Austro-Hungarian Empire, why the war unraveled so quickly, and how it snapped into case. And then you have the chorus version, the chorus parts where they're just singing the song, and it's really powerful. It's really interesting, and I'll link the song here in a minute because it's actually like I think it's something that you guys should probably listen to.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of the exactly best way to do this, because it's a solid album. There it is. Legit, I didn't even have to look for it. It popped open for me. Sarajevo, boop, boop, and there it is in the chat. And then you have Versailles, which is the bookend, the end of it, the album. Oh, and then you have Versailles, and they basically play out the same way. And again, it's not that I don't like it. I just feel like because the release album actually doesn't have Sarajevo on it. Sarajevo is only a YouTube video.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's not on the album. And I'm really mad about it because it's such a good opening to an album. I'm just like, that would be something I would absolutely listen to. And I'm actually again, it sounds really nice. It's a very good opener, but Sarajevo isn't the opening album song. And on the thing, it's really funny because they're like, this Sarajevo was taken from our new album, The War to End All Wars, and all the comments under that one post on YouTube is just it's not on the YouTube album or on the iTunes album. So what's up? So like, I think they may have borked something there.
Oops.
Yeah. Sorry, Josh. I'm talking a lot tonight.
Yeah, that's obvious.
The other thing that happened this week for me was part 4 of a critique I was watching, but I'm not going to talk about that because it's boring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I will link that.
Is it Mahler's?
Yes, it is. I will link that later.
I wait for the moment where he releases
Part 5 and 6. He's got 2 more parts to release, and he already said next part's longer than this one. That one is 2.5 hours. His part 3 is, I think, 3.5.
So Josh, what game have you been playing this week?
Let's see. I know
outside of Arceus.
Oh, you know what? I touched a bit more of the game. What's it called? Vampire Survivor? Survivor Vampire. It's literally a game I talked about before. It's like a cell phone game, but it's a little more trickier than just a normal cell phone game, even though it's only you're controlling the character's movement, and it's basically a bullet hell, kind of bullet hell-esque game. But the thing's great about it is that you can kind of get to high power levels in that game if you know what you're doing. And I like the one character I managed to unlock in that game where if you basically eat a lot of garlic, you get stinky, and people don't want to be around your stink, and they just start dying. So you have a giant radius of garlic stink, and every time you just start running into like low level enemies, they die instantly to your garlic stink. I love it. It's great. And also that's how and also the game's mechanics of like kill enemies, you get gems, you pick up the gems, you level up, you pick what of the random 3 items you want to pick that will help level up your character in some way, of like either throwing an axe or shooting a laser or throwing a magic bolt or whatever weird ability you can get. And yeah, it's just a really good like kind of random. It's not. I want to say randomly generated. It's not quite randomly generated, but it is. There are set methods to the madness of like how, you pick a character, you try to level them up properly as you get through the levels, and trying to basically just keep outliving your previous score of like, oh, I lasted till 10 minutes, and then you try again and realize, oh, I can do this better. I'll see if I could get to like 15 or 20, and then you just keep going and going. I think I got up to about 20 minutes on one point, but I keep fucking up because I'm just be like, oh, I gotta weave between these 2 zombies and I just die because I didn't realize how much, attack power they have at that point. So I'm like, shit, I'm stupid. But yeah, like Vampire Survivor, it's cheap, and if that game somehow goes on sale, it's probably even cheaper, and I would recommend it because it's like a actually fun game. It's again, like, it's a cheap game, and it's like, it definitely looks like it was meant to be cell phone, but I mean, I like, it's just fun. I just really like it. I would recommend it. Like Vampire, hold on, make sure I get the right title for it. Vampire, nope, not that one.
Vampire Killer.
Vampire Survivors. There we go.
Oh yeah.
It's
cool.
Yeah, I like it, and I sometimes just go back to it to play for like about 10 minutes at a time and go, oh man, that was fun. Now I'll go back to this.
That's a good run.
Yeah, that was a good run. Let's go back to this other shit. Like, such a good little time waster.
That's fair.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Highly. I think I give it a 10 out of 10.
That's cool.
Yup. And also more Pokemon Arceus, which I actually finished and what we did streaming of.
Yes, we streamed a little bit of Pokemon Arceus.
Yep. No. And I'm doing the mass outbreaks, which is fucking both a dumb name and also like, what else you call it? I don't know. I guess that's fine. Like, always fun and hilarious.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly. But
so
I don't know. I gotta level up shit, and I gotta fucking so much shit to do.
I have nothing else to really talk about.
Oh dear.
I don't. I could talk more about Witch Queen. I could talk more about MechWarrior. I did buy a couple of games. I bought Grid Legends because I get it for because I somehow got it for $10. That was really nice.
Not bad.
Yeah, I figured I should probably use my evil abilities while I still have a chance.
Just a little bit of evil. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like you could go to hell or something.
Nah, no hell.
It's like that place exists or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a podcast.
I think so.
So, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Man Games podcast episode, whatever the fuck, we don't care. You know, listen to us every Thursday on blackmangames.podbean.com. You know, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Allan. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, they released new Risk of Rain deals. You never have much to talk about.
And yet I always
By
talk.
the way, I'm
Yet
recording.
I always talk way too much.
Yet you somehow like go on these rants that are amazing and recorded for the prosperity of mankind. The best is like when you say the N-word and I have to edit it out.
I mean, I could say it right now.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me.
I hold power.
I
I
will
hold,
me.
I
murder
hold
you.
great power.
You
over
miss Battletech.
Yeah.
You miss Battletech.
Because I was like, hey, what's the roads like? And then like I got told by like two different people that's like it's the highways are okay, but
They're
the
shit.
back roads are terrible. And I was just like, all right.
I just have 4-wheel drive.
I'm happy I didn't go last night though, because I went out driving today. And I probably would have got stuck down on the south side.
Yeah. I have to replace the entire back half of my truck bed
Why is that?
because it's fucking rusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The '08 Ram needs a truck bed replacement or to be sold to somebody.
Probably sold. If you,
Well, it's probably...
depending on what you want to do.
It would be perfect for Rory.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Why?
Because it's 4-wheel drive and he's a plumber.
No.
He just pays a little bit... Yes, plumbers need trucks.
No, they don't. That's if they're gonna have trucks, then if they work for a company like Rory is, then they're gonna have a supply truck come with them.
Well, he needs an Alberta limousine.
Uh-huh.
Yes, this is... Doesn't Rory drive like one of the shittiest cars out of all of us, though?
No.
Gooseneck?
I thought he drove like a Cadillac DeVille or something like that.
Hang on, I'm
Or
looking at
very
something
old.
right now. Hang on, sorry.
I'll message him.
So far, the new Pokemon Scarlet, was this Scarlet and Violet? Is that it? No.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. Fucking, I love it how everyone the grass
the
type.
cat is very fuckable.
Oh, the green cat, grass type. Everyone's going, it's weed cat. It's weed cat.
Yep.
So it's always having a doobie.
That's the reason why I have to find the name. I mean, the two names I came up for male and female, but we're talking about it in chat a little while ago, and I was just like, it's
This wasn't...
if I get this game and I get a Switch and stuff like that, I am probably going to name it if I can find the names. 420, not spelt that way though, not spelt that way.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Let me find the.
It's a F4, and this is the number.
No, it's not the numbers. It's
No.
a very specific way. Hang on, I'm gonna look up. I'm looking in another chat from.
Is this the Rory's chat Discord?
No,
or-
this isn't a personal DM one.
Oh.
Canopy or Fort Weente is the way I've got it, and it's spelled. They are spelled. Actually, no. I'll get the full text. I don't want to.
Should I be concerned that Ben's sending me Thomas Swalwell?
Soul?
Yeah.
You mean a really good economist who's actually like interesting to talk about? That's the two names I'm going to be going with for the cat if I get that game.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, what else do we have to talk about this week? We have Pokemon to talk about. I have a bit to talk about Elden Ring, but I'm not going to touch on it much because I don't want to.
We can talk about the cube rule.
The cube rule?
The cube rule. There's a new rule.
Huh?
It's called the cube rule.
The fuck is the... What?
It's called the cube rule.
Okay, what the fuck does that mean?
The cube rule is the rule for food identification.
So they have to look like a shape of a cube?
Or hot dog sandwiches. That's the starting point of this.
Oh, God.
So this is mental gymnastics around food.
This is mental... This is peak Twitter.
Oh, my God. I don't want to even talk to you anymore.
Time to shoot myself.
That's...
Excuse me. Find my gun.
This started a debate at work that was really hilarious to listen to. Because
hot dogs or tacos, Pratt? Okay. So
no, because yes, technically that is the case.
I mean,
they also have, but there's a problem with the cube rule. For the examples, they use pumpkin pie as bent toast. Nigiri sushi is toast, and pizza is toast.
my brain.
A quesadilla is a sandwich, and Victoria sponge cake is a sandwich.
I don't remember what Victoria sponge cake is.
A slice of pie is a taco on its side. A hot dog is a taco.
Actually, no, it can't. It functionally can't be. Because a taco has to be held to be eaten. And you can't hold a pie. Additionally, a pie is baked that way, unlike a taco, which has to be assembled. Secondly, it can't be. A taco has two different forms: hard tacos and soft tacos. So and it's neither of those. So.
I mean,
this rule. I said this rule is bullshit.
Secondly, a Victoria sponge cake is a cake, not a sandwich.
No, let's save it for the podcast, Alan. We'll start with it now.
Okay, start the podcast. Jesus Christ.
Sync in 3, 2, 1.